people, how's it going? It's HHWH here, haven't done a live in a while. I know this one's come out quieter, so perk your ears up and listen. The sounds do work, but it's just had to hear a bit louder. So how is everybody? I see that we're near the end of the year, and it's a big time, right? End of the year, time for reflection, what you've achieved this year. I hope everyone's achieved a lot of amazing things and really grown on all levels. That's what I hope for our communities, especially our communities. That's all I focus on, not the world out there, but us, our own internal work. I hope everyone's grown in their physical health. I hope everyone's grown in their emotional, spiritual work and their triggers, because it's been an incredible year for me. It's been one of the busiest, hardest, yet busiest and funnest. I've travelled more than I've ever done in my life. Been to Portugal, Tenerife, oh my god, Tenerife, to have a rife. I've been to Cyprus with the route crew, been to Amsterdam with the route crew. I've been very lucky and blessed. So, my year has been challenging, but amazing, and I've learned so much, and I've grown in all aspects. In references of my mental, spiritual growth, 100% grown, triggering, being around communities, seeing people do it wrong, seeing myself do it wrong. I've seen a lot of stuff. I put a lot of work in my spiritual. I've done a lot of this talking, socializing, and listening. And this has improved my social skills so that I get better at communicating my issues and listening to your issues in the real life more than just Facebook. I've become more and more this year a real person and trying to mitigate that gap between how I present myself on Facebook, which is awesome. A lot of us present ourselves very well on Facebook, and trying to mission that gap between how I present myself on Facebook and the real world. And that's through interacting with you guys. And it's only going to get better next year, because this year has been a game changer. I don't know what to say. On reflection, not only have I travelled loads, this year I came to the Rife machine, the best. I was using it just a second ago. I've got the foot pads on. These are in my gut, and I hold the hand one. Since January, and thank you to my best friend and shout out to my brother, Lee Alkalies in Portugal, who I'm going to see very soon, again. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to him. A very powerful, high vibration dude who I learn a lot from, love hanging out with because he's so fucking cool and high vibe. But he sent me that Rife machine, the best Rife machine. The one and only Rife machine you guys should consider buying. If you've got Spooky 2, you're an idiot. If you've got Spooky, you're an idiot. Because they're almost the same price and a waste of money. They don't do as much. Sometimes even double the price machines are like 80-70% the power of this Rife machine. So again, I reach out to you and tell you about this Rife machine because one of my huge missions here, I have many, but one of my key focuses is to get all of you owning the Rife machine I use for your own spiritual, physical health insurance, and then with that machine you can take care of your family and friends and choose to charge them or give them for free to people you love. But it's that powerful. It truly is. And I'll keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to do more serious videos, get testimonials, because everyone I treat with this Rife machine. I went to my friends in London a few days ago. I met them 2 years ago. I did a picture with them. And Meniranis and Andy. I love them. Working in the heart of Brixton in the Illuminati territories for a bit. And Meniranis had back pain. And I said, alright, I'll put you on CP13, a healing frequency for my Rife. Put her on the 6 points of contact Rife machine, 1 hour. She got up. Back was better. I said, how much? She had about 70-80%. 1 hour on the machine. Imagine if she owned the machine and did it every day. Boom! Vamoosh. And I can charge high prices to visit you guys because it's that good. And the machine itself, you need to buy. We affiliate with them. We get small commissions for it. Of course, I'm giving, and I do things for free for a long time, but now I'm very interested in getting small commissions. If I've brought you awareness of the machine, hopefully you guys will respect that and go through us. It's a company we affiliate with in Florida, and then we get a small commission for it. It's only fair. I have to re-emphasize this because some people don't. And that's unfair, isn't it? If I brought you awareness of something, and there's an opportunity to make small money because I brought you awareness, it encourages me to do that. That's not the main reason why I do it, but it's only fair in this world. I do it to other people with affiliates. So, I'm just saying. I'm going to set up projects with a Rife, of course, me and Lee, wherever we go. And that, we're not sure yet. But I do know I'm off. I'm in Scotland right now to do a presentation on aged urine the Macabre Crusades retreats, who I fucking love. These guys been following me for a while, me and Lee, and we met in Tenerife. They're very serious, and my favourite people are people that are serious about helping people, setting up projects, affiliations, making money, helping. I love them. So I said to them, I'm going to come up and see you guys. So yesterday I took a 10-hour bus drive from London to Glasgow. 10 hours on a bus. Yep, done it. To go and see them. So I'm going to do a presentation on aged urine. And I'm going to participate in the freezing cold. It's past Glencoe. It's very cold up there. I do the cold therapy. I'm just going to have fun and make some friends. So that's cool. And then as soon as my new passport comes in, which is very soon, I'm off to live permanently, that's what I feel, in Koh Phangan, Thailand, where there's sun, sea and sands, which is very important to Harry, being dark-skinned, and I'm into health, aren't I? I've got my free therapies, I've got my paid therapies. I need that sun, I need that sea, I need that sand on top of my rife machine, on top of my root stuff, on top of Zen cleanse. I'll talk about Zen cleanse in a bit, because I'm going to talk about everything. I love talking, as you know, but I really, truly have come here to affiliate with. I mean, I know this is a story in my head, but when you try the stuff that I promote and affiliate with, whether that be the root stuff, the Zen cleanse, or the rife machine, you'll realise one of them, or all three, that I've literally been sent here by God to, as traumatized as I am, and as much work as I've got to do on myself, because I have traumas that are unreal, we all do, but right now, I have mastery, just as you have mastery, and my mastery is truly, I affiliate with some of the most powerful shit on the free, and the paid. It used to be just the free up to 2020, 21, and then part of my growth was, oh, these supplements, like the Root Clean Slate, seem to be fucking powerful. Oh, this Zen Cleanse seems to be fucking ridiculous. Oh, and yes, it costs a little bit of money. Whoop-de-boo, 200, 250 pounds, but like I've said many of times, these things are definitely worth the price, and my rife machine, which costs, with a lifetime guarantee, always get it with a lifetime guarantee, costs $2,500, yes, that's $3,000, well worth it, well worth it. I've been sent here to give you that information, not the willy-nilly half-ass sort of do okay, even like the spooky rife, dare I say, the spooky too. I'm talking about powerful shit that transforms your health. That's my mission, and for that I will set up projects, for that I will make it and set up places in Costa and Portugal and Thailand where you come to our retreats and you pay the money and we take care of you and give you these things. But in the meantime, you guys can try it yourself. You know all my affiliates by now. If you don't, message me. I mean, Jesus, what are you waiting for? So anyway, yeah, I'm moving location. I'm really excited. And I'm doing a lot of work. And I'm taking my physical health to the optimal level it can be. With everything. I do everything. I'm not perfect. I go through ins and outs. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But I know that I'm maxing out my physical health. Whereas my real work, whilst my physical health is maxed out, is my mental, emotional, spiritual, and triggers. And having boundaries, for example, coming from a nice guy, too nice, to working with people. If I find a girl's behaviour unacceptable or my friend's behaviour, I've got to say something. I have these thoughts, and my practice is to explain that some behaviours I see in other people are not acceptable to me, including my friends, my new friends, and I've got to say things. That's my practice, becoming a divine masculine, knowing what I want and going for it. So many things. I come from a family where I was repressed. My personality and even my sexuality has been repressed. So as a guy, I've got training to do to go for what I want. And that means the divine masculine goes for what they want. You know, I've got work to do there. If I like a girl, it's got to be verbalized. You've got to do things. You can't just sit and rely and wait. The divine masculine is always one that takes action. You know, I put myself in a position where I've learned how to make money. I've taken action through it, and I make connections, and I talk to people in the real and Facebook. I figured out a lot of things, and there's a lot of wisdom there, but there's also a lot of trauma. And speaking of that, I want to say one thing, one tool, aside from that, which I find amazing, like my rife, the root, and the clean slate. One thing I found amazing too, that I don't affiliate with, that you all can access, you know how, is plant medicine. And specifically going on a protocol with magic mushrooms, all types, B+, penis envy, magical mushrooms, not the health mushrooms, they're good too, lion's mane reishi, I'm talking about them. I'm talking getting on a protocol with magic mushrooms, because they're very healing, on a physical level, because they remove heavy metals from the brain and body, but more than that, on a spiritual, emotional, trauma level, they increase the brain's capacity to think, all those neural pathways that aren't being used normally, or sometimes you have these thoughts, they get shoved in your face and opened up when you take magic mushrooms. Microdoses, sort of, but the medium to large doses, I'm thinking. It really helps you, magic mushrooms. It's a really game change. Plant medicine, man. If you guys aren't on plant medicine, you're an idiot. If you're too scared, if you think that meditation for 10 years is going to get you there, enjoy your 10-year journey when you can do meditation and shortchange your journey here and remove that trauma, exhume the trauma quicker with magic mushrooms, because that's what it does. I mean, I prioritize with finances having a stock now of magic mushrooms. And that's just for me. I don't sell them. I get them from other people, but I'm always using them. I can give them to friends too if they're in my company to help them. I think it's incredible. I took them a few days ago, and I still feel the after effects of peace. For me, I've still got trauma. I'm still anxious and stuff, but I feel much more peaceful, grounded. My vibration state changes when I take a medium dose of magic mushrooms consistently. It's really cool, and it's really powerful, and I'm very grateful to plant medicine. It's incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible healing for that trauma. It's not easy, and of course the medium to large doses, oh man, they scare me every time. I freak out. One thing they do is they take away the ego, they reduce the size of the ego, so now if you have the wrong people in your environment, it can be very dangerous to allow that in. So when you do them, only do them with your friends that you trust or by yourself, and for the whole day, because they last about 8 hours in the system. Be careful with what you do and when you take them, but prioritize them in your life, especially the microdose. The microdoses you don't need to worry about. You should be doing that every few days. Everyone here should be doing microdose magic mushrooms every few days. Every few days, microdose. Every 2-3 days. If you do it every day, the effects kind of like, your body gets used to them. So you wait 2-3 days, take a microdose, wait 2-3 then do a macro, medium to large dose once a month, once every 2 months. I mean, if you guys are serious about your healing, which I know a lot of you are, you have to prioritize things like that. If not, what the fuck are you doing here? If you're not getting trauma shoved in your face. You know, same with the ayahuasca. If you haven't done ayahuasca, same with iboga, which I want to try. I mean, all of them. Wachuma, San Pedro, mescaline. Fuck, how many of them are there? Hape. You know, there's so many to explore. DMT, 5-MeO-DMT is amazing. I've done that this year for the first time. Cambo. I guess it's a plant medicine, but it's sort of more physical. It can remove emotions too. There's loads of opportunities to grow, and I'm lifelong in this game because I'm so damaged. We all are, and I see it in all of us. It's not something for me to focus on and cry about. Go, I'm damaged. I just know for me, I'm very not in my body. And that was another huge realization for me this summer. I can see my soul. And my soul doesn't reside centered and grounded straight in my body. I see my body, when I'm not in my body, I'm off to the edge of my body when I look at it. And that way, I'm angled off like this. Instead of being in my body like this, straight, I'm like this. And to varying degrees, all of you are. But one of the unique ways my trauma has shown itself, and I've seen from a lot of you guys, trauma shows itself in very different ways, which of course brings out my compassion. As long as we don't hurt each other with it and we're good people. My one is very unique and it's very extremely off the right. What I mean is when I do, like say a Vipassana meditation where I focus on points of my body, like say if I focus on this point, I can't sit straight with that point. I can see that point, if I close my eyes or my eyes, but it's that way. It's completely off. I'm completely off center. And a part of me loves it because it gives me such drive. It's given me the biggest drive ever to do a hell of a load of shit for people without being knocked so far off center. I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I'm so grateful. Sometimes I feel sad, but I always pray now every day to God, the spirits, to put me a little bit back more into center. Because when I get to full center, I've achieved it once or twice in my life. When I get back to full for short periods of time, when I get back to center, my God, you won't even recognize me. I'll be crushing it even more in life. I really can't wait. And for now, I'm happy with where I am, pulling myself back into center, having that drive, that chip on my shoulder to create great things for the world, because I know that my true essence isn't my presence. Because I'm out of my body, I'll never be that present. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm not that present. I'll never be a presence master. I'm in my head, not my body. But that's okay, because I have great wisdom to share people, and I care. I have heart. I've always have heart. I want to change people's lives. I want to get everyone on rifes. I want to change their health. You know, I'm always talking to people as taxi drivers about rife machines and seeing them. I talk about the things that I do, whether that's urine, whether that's supplements. You know, I can't keep my mouth shut and I can't keep it contained even with the normal people. And that's what I continue to do in my life, and I'll continue to do. And like I said, I'm going to really try and build some, set up with other people and myself, some great projects in the future. And I appreciate all the connections of all the people I've learned from, because I learned so much from people like yourselves that are different, that don't like the small talk and like the deep talk about the body, about the mastery, about the mimic, like the astrology. Like, I love all of it. I love everyone's gifts because everyone has something to teach us. And that's true. Because if people listen to me, I listen to people just as much. And I can sense it when someone is deep in their mastery. There's a resonation where I connect with you guys on a deep level. Because as much as I interact with normal people to help them with physical health issues, sometimes I just can't make that connection. Because what I'm about isn't acknowledged and received. And that's okay. Because I go to places, a Koh Phangan, where I can hang out with people on the beach, where I can connect with people and help people on a deeper level. So yeah, Mehmet, I am Gemini. In my head, I'm a Cap rising, as you said, which brings me some sort of grounding in business. So I think Lee Alkalize is the same. So we're good partners together in that regard. And an Aries moon. I do believe in them, but I do try and magnify my weaknesses, magnify my strengths and transmute my weaknesses, because I have weaknesses and I see myself very well. Another one, my gifts are good body feel. I know what's going on, what works and what doesn't work in physical health a lot. And that's why I share this shit and I know it works. And second, I've got empathy and I care. I also have ego too, and I'm working on that to reduce that ego. And the ego is so strong because I'm so far out of my body. When I'm centered completely in my body, if I ever get there in this lifetime, and it's okay if I don't, then my ego will really be, I will have more egoless communication with people. At the moment, I communicate through ego, and that's okay. That's okay to me because I care, and I'm just doing my best. And I know that everyone here is doing their best. All that Spirit asks of you guys is for every moment to do sincerely your best, and please look at the real truths of your trauma and not try and kid yourself that that's not the real truth and bypass. Because there are people in our communities, we know that life is so traumatizing and tough that they bypass and avoid, and they can't hear the real truths that everyone else can see about them, but they can't hear it, almost like a delusional aspect. And to me, that's not cool. I mean, I've been intimate with people like that, and I try not to judge, but I need to, because that's not what I want to do. Because if my growth is serious, just as it's serious for you, I can't afford to bypass on serious shit. I can't afford to. I want to be and taken seriously, and the only way is to really put my work in, and the only way to really heal me and to put me back into body is to be really serious and not to dare to not face the traumas. I'll go through anything for my traumas, including taking plant medicines. It's just got to be done. So right guys, thanks for watching. If anyone was watching, I appreciate. That was my end of the year. The year's nearly done, and I can't wait for you guys to see me in a tropical location, crushing it and building great businesses and really helping people. There's a lot to come, and my life's about to get very exciting now that I've taken probably the next step of my of moving, leaving the UK for good. I will shout out my last partner who motivated me the most. She's the one that motivated me to leave the UK. So that is going to transform my growth. It's not just the sun, she and sand. It's hanging around community and doing the work that's really going to put me into that next level that I desire for my growth. Oh, cheers, Keith. I love you too, man. We do the same things, and we go back now. Been around a bit, so yeah, man. Hope everyone has an amazing day. Keep on your work, and just know, man, if you're really struggling, because I struggle too, especially when I take plant medicine, it's important to know that your struggle truly isn't just you. It's not you. We're not the ultimate victims. Not even me. We're not the ultimate victims, and I've had it worse than this. We all suffer so much. We have suffered. Our brains, if we're being honest, are frazzled and fucked. And yet, through that, we have such beautiful personalities and wisdom. We just got to spend our time now unfrazzling that brain, bringing us back to that groundedness, whilst keeping what we're always going to have good, which is our personalities, the joy we bring people, the skills, and the mastery of what we've learned having gone through this journey. That would always be there for you. We just got to work now at exhuming that trauma more and more. It's truly an endless journey. And I don't know if I can fix what I desire, but I'm enjoying the journey. And thank God, duality, there's a lot of fun to be had. And it's based a lot for me around hanging out with friends. And lastly, I'll say something that I really focus on unconsciously and consciously is I take my life very seriously, but I'm really working now on just laughing more. Unconsciously, I laugh more, I have more fun with my friends, I believe in being silly, I don't believe in taking life too seriously 24/7. I've seen people like that in our communities, and it's cool, but man, life is just not so, it's hard. You put pressure on yourself, you're taking life so seriously all the time, you're like a rigid robot, you know, receiving the validation for your wisdom all the time. Let go, ease the tiller, let go, the divine feminine nature, have some fun with your friends, with your family. Life doesn't need to be all so serious. Eat some shitty food from time to time if you're all perfect. You know, let go, ease the tiller, and enjoy life, man. Just as you see normal people do often, they just have fun. They might not talk about serious things all the time. They might be dumb and vaxxed or whatever you want to say. Tell you what though, most of them can laugh better and harder than we can. They have more fun. Alright, peace.